Trip to the border was overshadowed by her jacket, which has sparked more heated debate over immigration. Here this morning, our Republican strategist, Jackie Bally, along with Democratic strategist, Dallas Jones. Good morning to you both, and
good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, I'm going to direct the first question. What do you think the First Lady was thinking?
Well, I honestly don't think that, it's enough to focus on her jacket. I think, she wore the jacket and, that can be interpreted in many ways about her not caring. She is the first member of the Trump family to actually visit and see firsthand what's going on at the border. She is actually an immigrant to this country. And so while the president may have tweeted, well, she's directing it towards the fake news, that jacket can have many meanings. It's not about the jacket. It's about what's happening on the border. It's about seeing about these children, and it's a reality. I actually won't belabor the point. I'll give Jackie her time to talk and go on and on about it. But the reality is, families have been separated. Children have been caged. We've seen the images. The world is watching. The country is watching. And no matter what side of the aisle you stand on, people are concerned about the human rights issue that's happening on the border of the United States of America.
The only thing we will agree on is that it is not about the jacket. When our First Lady visited hurricane victims and toured the area, people in the media and the left slammed her because she wore high-heel shoes and said she wasn't appropriate then. The fact that our First Lady, one of very few, took the time to go and visit these centers, showed empathy and showed compassion for these people. And by the way, the jacket was worn on the plane, not during the press conference, not during the briefing, not while she was at the actual center and touring the facility. So the fact that people want to focus on a jacket, a $39 jacket, is really ludicrous. The fact that our First Lady took the time to go to visit these places and she was not wearing the jacket then is what we should be focusing on.
Okay, now the president signed an executive order that initially he said he could not come out with, keeping immigrant families together. Is this going to work, you think?
Well, the reason why the president said he could not is because there's something that was signed in 1997 called the Flores Settlement Act. And in that act, it states that if you're illegal, if you come into our country illegally, you have certain areas where you should put adults and you have certain areas where you should put children. That is why the president said that he could not do that. In fact, even though he did sign that executive order, many people are saying that they're going to challenge it anyway. We all know that the conditions at that border are deplorable. That's why we say we need stronger security, stronger infrastructure. This has been going on for decades. We saw in 2014 when children were put in cages during the Obama administration. This is not anything new. This has been going on for a very long time. So the reason why the president said he could not, the reason why the president said he could not sign that is because there was an agreement signed in 1997 under Clinton saying this is where adults are supposed to be housed and this is where children are supposed to be housed.
You want to weigh in on this?
Please. I am dumbfounded how every time we have these conversations it becomes partisan issues and we want to ignore. No, we didn't see this, right? What you're saying is, oh, well, this happened under a certain law that was a... Look, at the end of the day, this executive order that he signed is still going to separate families. It still leads to opportunity to create detention centers. And at the end of the day, this is not anything that we've ever seen before. We're parents. We get it and we understand that you have scared children that are not of this nation, that have been separated from their families, that are being detained, and the images that the world have seen is not images that ought to be portrayed by what is supposed to be a country that leads the free world. I'm sorry. And so to say, it always becomes, well, the Obama administration and Clinton administration, this isn't partisan for me. Yes, I am a Democratic strategist. Yes, I work for that party. But at the end of the day, regardless of whatever law existed when, no, none of us have ever seen this before because the country has never been outraged like this before, no matter what side of the aisle.
That is incorrect. I mean, there's footage from 2014 where kids were actually in cages. The point is, the point is, it's very deplorable. We've been knowing this. This has been going on for quite some time. This is why you've seen Obama and Clinton and Trump say we need more border patrol, more security, better infrastructure, because these illegals are going to continue to come in, and we don't want an open border. That will create chaos. That will create havoc. We need to have control at the border.
This is an ongoing debate that won't end right here. We're just going to have to wait to see what legislators in Washington are going to come up with to try and resolve the situation this week if they can. But thank you both for joining us here on the Morning News.
Thank you.
Let's check in with meteorologist